How does making $70,000 a month sound? Sounds pretty great to me, and it is completely possible with a sense of craftiness and through websites such as Etsy. Etsy has over 400,000 shops today, with only one main competitor, Bonanza, according to Newsweekly. There is no denying the rise in popularity of selling crafts online. Countless people have used sites such as Pinterest, Etsy, and even Facebook shop pages as outlets to sell the crafts that they have made from their own home. The three things that I'm going to be talking about today are Alicia Schaefer, a California mom, myself with my own experiences from making crafts and selling them online, and why it has become such a popular thing. According to the Penny Hoarder, Alicia Schaefer sells over 3,000 of her products a day, which is why she's come about making $70,000 a month. And $70,000 is a crazy amount to make a month, because that is, that's more than some people make a year with a career in business sometimes. She explains in an article that on the Penny Hoarder her tips and how she has become so successful. One of her tips is that she has to work to sell her items, and these tips are very helpful because she is the owner of the second best-selling handmade store on Etsy. And to work to sell her items, she means that she can't just put an item up on the website and expect people to buy it. She has to explain the item. She has to give detail why it's significant and why people want to buy it. She can't just expect people to buy it. Another thing she says is that you have to offer something that's different and stands out from what everybody else is doing. There's a lot of people who see somebody that's successful and do the same exact thing that they're doing, and then people follow them, and then people follow them, and it's just the same thing that everybody's seeing every day. Everybody's seeing online, and they look for their products. And she says that to be different. If somebody sees everything that everybody else is doing, and somebody sees somebody that's different, they're going to stand out, just like anything in the world. And so when somebody sees something that's standing out, they're going to be like, oh, I'm on this sort of thing. And which is why she's been so successful. And I began selling my crafts online when I discovered my crafty site and Pinterest. The very first craft I probably ever made was bows for softball and cheerleading, and they were simple, and I looked up how to make bows on Pinterest, and I just went from there. Well, my best-selling craft is definitely wood carving today. This craft caught my attention. I saw it on Pinterest, something about wood carving. I was like, oh, I have wood in the basement. It was walnut wood that my dad, from a tree that my dad cut down. My dad's a logger, and it is some of the prettiest wood once it's sanded down. And I decided, I was like, wood carving would look awesome on this. So I got a piece of wood. I cut it to the size I wanted. I sanded it down, and then I went online and printed out a decal. Well, it was just printed out a decal for myself, and I cut it out and I traced it on the wood, and then I wood carved it. And I gave it to a friend, and I put the picture up on Facebook. And one of my other friends, they messaged me and said that they wanted a browning one with a heart, have a duck and a bow for her and her boyfriend. Well, I made that, and I put their name in it. I put that on Facebook, and then more people came to me. It's just, been so I've just, just come from there. And another thing that I have made is Americana flags out of pallets. And with doing that, I just cut the pallets and I paint it with usually blue and white, and I make it look distressed to make it look more Americana. And I also, cut pieces of wood out as stars and put it on there. And that one was very popular. And I just haven't, it's harder to come by. It's easy to get pallets, but then again, you have to have a truck to be able to get it. You have to find people that, if you have to find the right price for that, to be able to make a profit. One thing that, as to why online selling is so popular, is because people who love being crafty, they don't realize that they can make such a profit online, and instead of, a lot of people make crafts to give to people, as a Christmas gift or birthday gift or that sort of thing. But it is very popular to mothers with children who want to stay at home and who have a crafty side, because they don't have to worry about getting up in the morning and going to work and then finding a babysitter for their children. And this way they can stay at home with their kids and have a crafty side and have fun with it. It is also awesome for people who love getting crafty and who want to be able to be crafty without having to worry about making time for it, and with, you know, being able to make a profit back from the money they spend on the items to make the crafts. There are so many different DIY projects that people can make, you know, from building shelves to making their bed frames look cool, to making bows, to making clothes, and, you know, even foods, you know, cute food things for birthday parties. And it's just become, you know, just exploding over the internet because people are buying the products online, people who don't have time to make it. People are realizing that they can keep doing what they love from home and making money, quite a bit of money while doing it, if they have the right tools and the right dedication to do it. I think that it is a great thing to do and a great thing to consider and that can be the perfect job for the right person to have. I know this from personal experience, I know this from stories that I've heard and stories that I've read online, and I just think that if you're crafty, then I think that you should definitely try it out. And if you're successful, then that is awesome. And if you have time to do it, then awesome. And I think that if you're crafty, then you're awesome. And that's all.